Hello everybody, my name is mehappydude and welcome to Dungeon of the Endless. Now this is another one of those endless games that's made by Amplitude and Games Together. It's very fun. I played this back when it was a beta, and in beta, it's not a beta. It didn't go from beta to alpha all of a sudden. Never mind. That was a weird tangent to get off of it. Anyway, I played this back when it was still an early access beta game, and it was incredible. It was so much fun. I went through it a bunch of times. It was my obsession game that I played for non-stop, like, not a year, but like a solid 6 months. It was just all the time this game. And you know what? At the end of that 6 months, I was still terrible at it. I was still really bad. So, in this playthrough, I want us to go through once, just on normal, with a few characters, see how far we can get legitimately. We're not playing this to play through the game to get as far as we can. We're playing this to see how long we can last, because this is a pretty difficult game, and it is a roguelike, so every time you die, just everything resets. And there's no saving in the middle of it. I'm gonna be able to quit in the middle of it and come back to it, but there's no saving, like reloading saves that you have. You just basically go back into the game where you're at, if that makes any sense. Sorry. But let's go ahead and get into the meat of this game. Let's start a new game. I might have been playing a saved profile. Ooh, a little scene here. Oh, well, that thing's getting shot at. Ooh. Well, that was a very short cinematic, but you know what? Hey, I'll take it. So this is the escape pod. This is where we spawn at the beginning of every wave, and it's also where we escape at the beginning of every wave. It's kind of weird like that. Anyway, we're going to choose our difficulty. Right now we choose between too easy and easy because it's a little bit of a snarky, taunting game like that. We get to choose 2 characters. As you can see, I've unlocked most of them except for 3 right here, which I would like to desperately unlock, but you know, whatever. I'll get those when I get them. So we have the Del Bradford, the TF2 engineer, we have the Pyro, the Heavy, the Doctor. We've got a bunch of people. We got a bunch of dudes here, but let's focus on somebody that isn't from TF2 or from that universe. And somebody that I really like actually is Elise. Elise is a really good heavy character. You can see there the stats. The heart symbol is health. The little person running is speed, kind of clearly. The fist is damage, and then the bottom one, that little brain, is wit. So that's the stats of the character. And you know, you like to have characters that kind of have balancing stats. It helps in the long run. Every time, it always helps in the long run. Now, who do we want to assemble for a team? Like a really good team, you know? I think you need a heavy, at least, to be the backbone of a team. So they've got to have a lot of health, a decent amount of power, and like a cool backstory. I think that our heavy is going to be... It can either be Lady Tulak or it can be Mitzi, but I think for just heavy capacities, let's go Lady Tulak. Now, she is an Iron Maiden. She fights with pole arms and long melee weapons. She can do a little bit of damage, and she's pretty fast, which is nice. And she has an okay amount of wit. She's not super smart, but you know, we can forgive her for that. I did actually beat the game with her, the one time that I beat this game. That's right, 6 months, only beaten the game once. Whatever, don't take it personally. Now we choose the second character. So our second character should have either a lot of damage or a lot of wit to make up for Lady Tulak's miscomings. So the Butcher has a lot of attack power, but not a lot of wit. So we'll be missing a good chunk of wit if we take him. We can choose... Oh, who has a lot of wit? Okay, so Professor Natello has a ton of wit, but doesn't have anything else. And that's kind of the problem with wit characters. Usually when there's somebody with a lot of wit, they don't have very much of any of the other stats, which is unfortunate. How's the Doctor doing? Okay, the Doctor's kind of an average character. You know what? Let's go for somebody that can stand by our side and still prove useful. Let's go with Opbot DV8. Now, Opbot is a medic. Opbot can handle its own a little bit. You know what? Opbot doesn't have very good health, though, so maybe I might be rethinking this. Oh, no. No, let's go. You know what? My first instinct was Opbot. Let's go. Oh, but he's got a polearm, too. We can't have 2 people with polearm weapons. Oh, crap. Okay. Quickly. Somebody else replace Opbot. Okay, who else has a lot of... You know what? Smokestack will work. So, Engineer Pulmoni, I don't know who came up with these future names, but she's clearly a heavy smoker, so her health is not going to be even close to what it needs to be. But she's got a decent amount of wit, she can run a little bit, and she has melee weapons, and she runs on submachine guns, which is a different class of weapon than polearm. So you know what? This is the team. We've got Lady Tulak and Pulmoni. I want to shorten their names to just Tulak for the polearm wielding tank, and Pulmoni for the smoking engineer. So we got Pulmoni the engineer, who might be from New York City because she clearly smokes and has submachine guns. So we're gonna say her background is she's from New York City and she got on this crazy prison ship that we're on because that's the ship that got shot down. It was a crazy prison ship. And then Tulak, Lady Tulak, I guess that can still be her name, is this huge tank. She was one of the prison guards originally, and then she took a bunch of knight classes that taught her how to be a knight, and they kind of had fun with that name, you know, knight classes. They joked about that. They joked about night sounding like a bedtime that you would tell the children, you know, all that stuff. But we got our team. Let's go ahead and start. We got Engineer Pulmoni and Lady Tulak. Oh, that's a decent explosion there. And we're loading the game. Alright, so here we go. We have our little crashed escape pod here. We can skip that tutorial. So basically, this is the overall map. So you can see we're in the middle right here, and this little star, this kind of diamond-shaped thingy, is actually the energy pylon. As you can see in the top bar, we've got this little yellow dust symbol next to this 24 number, and that means that we have 24 dust currently in stock. And what can you do with dust, you might ask? Well, let me show you. So let's take Lady Tulak and open the first dungeon door. Let's send our engineer through there as well, actually. So they're in this empty room, and with dust, with that 24 dust, every 10 dust that we have, we get to power a room up. There you go. It's nice and shiny, and whenever a room is powered, monsters cannot spawn there under any circumstances. And now that we also have that room powered, we can actually power a generator of some kind, a creator, a generator, a food replicator, and these all increase various statistics in that top left corner. So food clearly makes food, science makes science, industry makes industry, but industry builds any of the equipment that we want to build on the ground to help protect us, to help build things, whatever we want to do. That's what industry does. Industry is industrial. You get the idea. Science helps us discover things like science does sometimes, and food helps us heal and grow our characters. So they're all very important. But I always start out with an industry generator just so that I can make another generator within the first level and have it make a profit. Because every time you buy a generator, the prices for generators actually goes up on that floor. So it's very important which ones you start out with. So we're going to start out with an industry generator. And look at that industry generator, already sitting down, sitting pretty. Before we go much further, let's look at our characters. So we've got Engineer Pulmoni here, biography. Rayaka was originally known as Kneecapper for her ability to bring a computer system to its knees. However, as cigarettes were illegal on the ship, she ended up extending her meager supply by mixing in anything that burned. The result of 6 months smoking a mixture of tobacco, paper, rat droppings, toothpicks, and coffee grounds gave her a cough that sounds like the devil calling your name. Okay, well, that's good to know about Miss Pulmoni. So she is that. She just needs to smoke that bad. All right. Passive skills: repair, can repair damaged modules, and pack of dogs. Attack power plus 6% when their mates are nearby. That's good to know. She's got decent stats, 400 health. You can read them all right here. I'm not going to read them all out for you. So equipment: she can hold a submachine gun, 1 layer of armor, and then an item, which is what that wrench symbol is. Let's look at our tank. Lady Tulak, a rogue and adventurer, Jewelry was generally found mounted and with a weapon in her hand. She has traveled far and wide on the continent, enriching herself by finding and selling endless artifacts. However, she was trapped in the dungeon when running from beasts that ate her steed. Now all she can think of is getting back up to the light and avenging her lost companion. Okay, so she's gonna revenge kill this horse that her companion was eaten, or was her companion a person? I don't know. So she's got a confusing backstory. Good luck, Lady Tulak. Scamper. The monster doesn't slow down the hero. Okay. So Lady Tulak is very well equipped to rush this beacon to the exit, which I will explain more about later on. But we don't need to know about that right now. So right now all we can do is build generators and this one attack module called a prisoner prod, but we don't need that right now. Let's go ahead and move on to the next door with both of our characters. Oh, she was smoking right there. Engineer Pulmoni could not get enough of that black tar down her veins. So there are our first little group of monsters. And you know what? They were adorable monsters. Not gonna lie. They were really cute monsters. We got this generator type thing down here that apparently is not very well illuminated. But so this is the overall map, just to show it to you one more time. So you can kind of see the general layout, where things are powered, where things aren't powered. So we now have 33 dust from killing those monsters and opening up more rooms. We have room for another generator, but again, the prices went up to 25. So we're gonna have to fight our way through a little bit and then upgrade to a food generator. Let's open up with Lady Tulak. Oh, hold on. Yeah, Tulak. Sorry, I thought that was the... Okay, we found a merchant. Let's both get rich, or just me anyway. Okay, well, merchant. I mean, I'm sure you mean well. Guard uniform. So, sorry I'm stopping so many times to explain things. Merchants deal with any resource that you have. So this one trades with science. So when you buy or sell something, you're paying with science, which can be risky and also helpful, or just generally risky. It can be a, you know, a good thing, a bad thing. This equipment actually looks decent. It's not awful equipment. I've seen better, but it's not awful. But we don't have the science for it. We'd have to build a science generator, and that would be pretty risky stuff. Everything's risky in this game. Just letting you know right now, I'm probably going to be using that word a lot, because this game is nothing but a risk. They say that about life, and now they say that about Dungeon of the Endless, because everything is just taking gambles on gambles. Okay, so what we found right here is a research module, and we can pay research points here, or those science points, to unlock any new module that we want to. So if we save up enough, we can upgrade our industry generator to increase the amount of industry that it adds per door, which is the amount of time that it takes for generators to produce resources. So that can be very useful. However, we might want to go with the auto dock shards, which heals heroes, sorry for my pronunciation there, or the claymore mine, which deals massive damage to everything in the room, which can be risky. Of course it's risky, but, you know, it can help a lot. Or Hollow Hero, which distracts people. So, my first thought is to go with the industry generator, but that guy is selling really good gear. It's the first major decision of the game already. What do we want to do? I say we build the food generator, and the first chance that we get, if we save up enough science, let's get the industry generator. If we don't, let's go for auto dock shards, because I feel like going defensive is always the right call. Because again, when you lose your heroes, they're dead forever. So everything's on the line right now. Everything is always on the line. Let's go through the right door. I feel good about that right door. Was I right? I was not right. There are just terrible creatures in there waiting for us. Good thing this is level 1, and they're really not that scary. So now we've hit a dilemma. So we've come to this room. Wait, can we build another machine? I think we can. Okay, we can definitely build the food replicator. We've been able to build the food replicator for a while. That was a mistake. First mistake of the game. Not building the food replicator early enough. So, now that we don't have enough dust to illuminate every room that we come across, we have to choose which rooms monsters are going to spawn in. And monsters don't spawn generally in a room that you keep a hero in. So let's keep the engineer. Engineer Pulmoni will stay back as Lady Tulak conquers this north room. Let's see what we find. Okay, we found a cache of what? Science! Oh, baby. That's gonna come in handy. That's gonna come in real handy. So now we're gonna send her down this... No, you know what? We're gonna keep her going north. So that cache of science gets us really close to that generator upgrade that we want. Oh, a chest. Look at that. Okay, so this is when monsters spawn down there. So that exclamation point means that bad creepy crawlies will spawn down there, and they're gonna be attacking down this lane. So those bugs got killed. As you can see, Engineer Pulmoni's health was really, really weak. Like, she could not take any damage. So we've got to really watch the game with her. You can pause the game at any time by hitting spacebar and then readjusting people's paths, like what they're doing in the game, to help work with, you know, commands and how you're controlling people. We're gonna send the Lady Tulak up to that north door again, because we still don't have enough dust to power any additional rooms. Okay, so we do have monsters up there. We're gonna pull Lady Tulak down immediately so that any more monsters that spawn, they'll both be ready to deal with, because they always fight better in groups. Doesn't matter what else happens, they always fight better when you keep them together. D&D rules, never separate the party if you can. Okay, we did not find any more dust. We need at least 2 more dust. I don't know why they're skimping us out on the dust right now. So we're at 32 science. We need, what, 45 to get that, you know, engineering upgrade thing that we wanted? I don't know, it's getting pretty close. It's getting to that point where I might have to invest in something else. Toothpick added to your inventory. Okay, that's actually good. So let's pause right there. Open up Lady Tulak's inventory. Okay, so we have a toothpick, which will just increase attack power. That's all it does. There's a t-shirt which decreases speed, but increases health and defense, which we're also going to give to... you know what? No, let's give it to our engineer, so that our engineer has a little bit more defense. So now the engineer can take a little bit more damage. So that was the choice between super buffing Lady Tulak or letting Engineer Pulmoni be able to take even just a tiny beating in battle. So that's the option that I went with. And we've got 2 waves of monsters right here that are going to be coming out. And you see the health sign in the top right-hand corner of these guys' profiles. If I ever click that during a fight, it spends food and instantly heals them. So if you're wondering why that's doing that, that's why that's doing that. Now that we've gotten those monsters cleared out, and we found apparently 2 dead ends just over on this side that do nothing, which is always a great feeling to have, let's go ahead and start down this left-hand side. Let's go, Lady Tulak. You've got this. We still haven't found enough dust yet to power any more rooms, and that didn't help us at all. Okay, here we go. We got 1 wave of monsters spawning up there. Let's go. Looks like the engineer can take a little bit more of a beating now. She's actually resisting some damage. Well done. Way to do your job, engineer. Jeez. Oh, Pulmoni. Pulmoni's always giving me such grief. You know, she's just standing there smoking her cigarette. She doesn't even care. She doesn't care that there's a workplace policy against it. It said in her biography she's smoking rat droppings. Really, Pulmoni? Come on, be more like Lady Tulak and her weird dead horse backstory. She's always running everywhere to make up for her dead horse's speed. Oh, go help out that engineer, Pulmoni. Oh, sorry. Go help out Pulmoni, Tulak. I'm getting your guys' names confused already. This isn't a good sign. Oh, hold on. Okay, so we're going to pause right there. And that was a good thing I did pause because Pulmoni is looking pretty rough. So let's pull Pulmoni back. Let's pull him back just a little bit and let Tulak deal with the rest of these punks. Because I have faith in her. Pulmoni, you know what? That was disappointing, but you did okay. You fought off enough people where I'm not going to ground you. You're not going to take any bad stuff from the ship. Like, I'm not going to put you in the quarters, I think, is what they did. No, the brig? Yeah, I'm not going to throw you in the brig. It's okay that you failed. It's okay that you failed me right there. So we do have 72 food, and you can level up characters individually with about 15 right now. So let's go ahead and level up Lady Tulak. And she has just gained a passive skill that is Dust Thirst. Attack power +8 per killed monsters. Dust loot probability for monsters -20%. So, that does increase her killing power, but it decreases the dust loot by quite a bit, by 1/5, which is pretty bad. But you know what? We want to keep our people alive more than anything else. So if that's the way it has to be, that's the way it has to be. We'll take that upgrade. And let's go ahead and level up Pulmoni just once, just to get her an active skill. And that active skill is minor modules in room, which are our little turrets, which we haven't even used yet. Attack power +50%, which is not bad. Even though it only lasts about 10 seconds, that is not a bad thing. And you can see the cooldown, instead of seconds, it's measured by doors. And that means after we open 2 rooms, it'll be available again. And doors is generally how they measure time and cooldowns in this game. That's just the way everything worked out. I don't know why it worked out like that, but it did. That's what it came down to. So let's go ahead and send Lady Tulak to the next door. Okay, so we found the exit. So we found the exit to, you know, the whole mansion thing, or the dungeon. It's dungeon's in the name. Dungeon of the Endless. So we found the exit to the dungeon, and you might be wondering, why don't you leave right now? Or why don't you wrap things up and just take off? Well, this is the thing. This is the big twist. You have to take this crystal from the first room and slowly drag it through this labyrinth of rooms all the way to the exit, and while you do that, rooms start depowering, creatures and critters start crawling all over all of the little access ports and streaming to this path that you've painstakingly forged through this labyrinth, through the dungeon. So, you always want to open all the doors, though, too. This is another thing. This isn't an addition to that last fact. It's just a new thing. You also want to open all the doors because, remember, resources are given per door. So if you leave some doors behind, that's not going to reflect well on your resource total. So let's make Lady Tulak. Get up there, Lady Tulak. You can go open that door for us. Oh, that's a lot of people, actually. That is a lot of people. Okay, let's power some more rooms and bring the engineer back in here. They're going to have each other's backs right now. Let's pause. We actually need a prisoner prod or two just to protect these guys so they don't take too much damage. Come on, you guys. Okay, we got a few prisoner prods. That's helping a little bit, but Pulmoni is taking so much damage. Come on, Pulmoni. Hold it together. Okay, we're going to send her all the way back to the beginning, the engine room. Oh, she's taking a lot of damage. We're going to have to burn some food. Just feed her some food or two. Okay, Lady Tulak is cleaning up. I feel like she's doing really well. Okay, Pulmoni has already gotten to the crystal. Tulak's taking care of everything. I don't even know if we needed to spend the food, but it made me feel better. It made me feel like we weren't going to lose that character, which is exactly how I needed to feel. Okay, Lady Tulak, she's just the fastest lady alive. She's just running back and forth before they even get anywhere. So we're at 61 dust right now. I wish that guy, you know, bought and sold based on dust, because we'd be good. So this is where you start getting dilemmas. If we open 2 more doors, we can buy that industrial generator on the research booth. But if we open 1 more door, and that's it, there's no more doors after that, we can't buy anything other than the items that this guy's selling. So let's go back to that vendor and look at what we can buy. That's right, Pulmoni. Get down there and have just a friendly conversation with this gentleman and ask him what we could possibly barter for. So the kitchen gloves increase attack, but you know what? I'm not gonna buy anything from this guy, from this chump. Oh, hold on. I came up with an idea. If I sell this t-shirt, if I unequip it from Pulmoni, so we get 12 science for that t-shirt. Oh, but Pulmoni really likes that t-shirt. It's long-term versus short-term, you know? I don't know what's gonna be better. The increased generator or Pulmoni staying alive? You know what? I can't do this. We're gonna take a risk. We're gonna keep Pulmoni alive. We're gonna reclothe Pulmoni. Hashtag reclothe Pulmoni. Engineer Pulmoni gets her shirt back. She gets to keep smoking her cigarettes. And let's just start opening up that last door. Let's send Lady Tulak up there. I think this is gonna be the last door, so we can just say goodbye to that research vat. But you know what? I have a soft spot for her keeping her shirt. Okay, we get 8 more dust there, but everybody's spawning everywhere. I knew this was gonna happen. Of course this is what was gonna happen. Okay, so this little praying mantis dude actually seeks out, like, heroes and tries to kill them. That's what that crazy praying mantis guy does. So we have 70 dust now, which means we can power up this room and focus on 1 less habitat. So I don't know how far this door... Oh, there's more bad guys. Sorry, I thought the fighting was over. Yeah, break those crystals. Okay, they're done. So we need 1 more door to get the industry generator. Nope. You know what? We've gambled this much. It's not gonna hurt us to gamble 1 more time. Pulmoni, what are you doing down there? Go get in one of those dark rooms and safeguard it. Jeez, Pulmoni. Lady Tulak, you're alright, but you know what? Tulak's a bit of too straight edge for me. She's a bit too on the nose. Oh, that's the last door. So we completely misgambled that. That was a terrible choice of resources, and I regret everything that I've done there. Which is how it goes. That's how it goes in this game, really. You always take huge swings, and you miss them 95% of the time, and you just try to recover later on. Which I don't know how we're gonna recover this time. Let's get the industry. We can't analyze artifact, no remaining closed doors. Oh, well, I knew that was gonna happen, but there was part of me that just hoped they were gonna give it to us because they felt bad. Oh, well. Lady Tulak does not have a shirt right now. So we could spend the science to buy a shirt, but instead of doing that, we're gonna save up our amassed science, the power of our science that we've generated through so many open doors and finding that 1 science cache one time, and have her just stay unclothed until we get to a new vendor or a new research terminal, and then stuff is really gonna get crazy, because then we're gonna research some stuff. Whoa! Researching stuff at research terminals. This is revolutionary. Okay, so this is gonna begin the crazy process of grabbing this crystal. Okay, so it's begun. It has begun. It is no greater weight than duty and honor. All right, Lady Tulak, you're layering it on a little bit thick. You know what? Engineer Pulmoni might not be trying at all, but you are just full of it, okay? I don't respect you anymore. Respect rescinded, okay? So Lady Pulmoni, oh, she is not used to that type of honor. So all of these rooms that are dark are going to start spawning tons of monsters. They're all going to be funneling their way to whoever's carrying the crystal, which is Lady Tulak right now. So we're going to need to have this room with the turrets be sanctuary until Lady Tulak starts running up there. So see how that crystal slows them down a ton? That's why we kind of need a safe room like that to defend from the monsters and keep Tulak moving so that nobody can gang up on her. Keep fighting, Pulmoni. You're doing a good job. You might pass your evaluation this time, actually, Pulmoni. Keep working and you'll stay in a job. Okay, now Pulmoni has to assist the tank, assist Lady Tulak, or nobody's getting out of here. Okay, 2 out of 2, exit ready. Oh, that's right. They get out of there. They left there with a crystal. Check the buttons. Is there a floor safe zone full of hot chicks? Whoa. Continue dialogue. No? Okay, so there, sometimes when you have certain characters together, they'll initiate dialogue, and that's kind of how you learn their backstories. But Pulmoni and Lady Tulak, no backstory together. They're just gonna make riffs. They're just gonna do bits in the elevator as they go from one floor to the next in this hellish monsterscape. Which is, you know what? I'm impressed by their moxie. I'm impressed by their charisma. At the gall of doing that when surrounded by monsters. You know what? That's a pretty good place to end it. I think I'm gonna do 1 episode per floor just to kind of structure it like that. So if we last to the end, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 episodes of this if we live, which we're not going to, okay? We're not gonna live that long. I usually make it to about floor 5, if that, so expect 5 of these at most. But I wanted to have a longer flowing series, something where I could get the feel of a game and just play with that forever, because I've been doing a lot of card stuff, I've been doing a lot of strategy games, and those are fun, and I'm gonna do more of those, but right now I just want to focus on this. I want to make it really simple and fun, and fun for us to watch the adventures of Lady Tulak and that stupid, well, she's not stupid because she's an engineer, but that slacker, Engineer Pulmoni. Look at her smoking defiantly on the elevator. There's a no smoking code in here, Pulmoni. No, put it down. What are you doing? Stop. Oh, she spit it out all into the elevator. I'm not okay with that. I'm gonna call her supervisor. Oh, wait, he died on that exploding ship earlier. Well, we'll let it go. Anyway, you guys, this has been Dungeon of the Endless. I've been mehappydude, and as always, stay happy.